All right, guys. So welcome to Empowered Elite's team call for June 29th. Before we dive in, I just want to make sure, does anybody have any recognition or leadership ladder advancements they want to shout out this week? I know I don't have any.
I know tomorrow Amanda is advancing, but I know it's tomorrow, so I don't know if we can shout that out yet, but she's not here anyways.
I always wait, but you can do whatever you want. We'll celebrate early. Okay. Does anybody else have anything they want to shout out? Or anything exciting that's going on? No. Okay. I do want to quickly cover something that's really important before we get started, and that is Summit. Summit registration ends tomorrow, and I don't know if you guys saw, but Lauren Teague took the plunge yesterday and literally last minute decided to register, get herself all set up, and literally against like all odds made it happen to have her babies watched, to come up with the money to come. And guys, I have to tell you that if you want success in this business, getting to events is so important. Like, you literally can never explain the momentum that you have when you come back from an event like that and you're around 40,000 coaches and you're hearing speakers like Gary Vaynerchuk, and you are hearing top coaches in this company sharing their top tips to being successful and the struggles that they've faced and the obstacles they've overcome. It is just such a powerful experience. And I just wanted to say to you guys, if you have been on the fence about coming, or if you really wanted to come and you've kind of backed out and you're worried about finances, or you're worried about, having your kids watched, or if it's worth it, I'm going to tell you right now that if you don't come, and I mean, I understand that there is life circumstances where sometimes you really just can't, but you're going to kick yourself in the ass, because this is absolutely something that my first year, I won my ticket, and that was the only reason that I finally decided to go, because it was something where I literally was 4 months into coaching. I knew nobody. I was terrified of flying to Las Vegas by myself, of leaving my baby. Declan was 15 months old at the time. I was nursing. It's not like I had a ton of extra income hanging around to get to an event like that, but I knew that it was an investment in my business and in our future. And if I wanted to learn how to be a leader and learn how to run a business, that I had to get there no matter what. So if you've been on the fence and thinking about it, guys, I'm just going to throw that out there to encourage you to take the plunge. It is absolutely something that is so priceless, and you will not regret getting there. For so many reasons, not just everything you learn, but getting to meet your teammates in person and share all those memories and have such a blast and work out with celebrity trainers. And it's just powerful, powerful stuff. For those of you that want to look at the registration, if you aren't yet registered, remember tomorrow is the deadline. After tomorrow, you're out. You can't go if you don't register by tomorrow. The FAQ for that is 2651 if you want info about the registration. If you are registered for it, but you need to pick your tracks, go ahead and do that tomorrow. The FAQ for that is 2940. And for those of you that are coming and are pushing to get to the Success Club party at Summit, which they have Billy Idol as a guy that's doing, I don't know, at the party. It's going to be super fun. It's just, they have food, drinks, and you get to kind of schmooze with other coaches and just have a blast. You have to have a combined amount of 15 Success Club points between May and June to be able to qualify for that party. So combined 15 points. And the FAQ for that is 2016 if you want to check it out and you are coming and you're planning on getting your booty there. So just wanted to cover that and make one last rally for you guys. I promise you won't regret it if you come. So with all that said, don't let me take any more time. Leslie is a dear friend of mine.
Really quick, Dana.
Yeah, go ahead.
1 second. For all the new coaches on your team,
yeah,
you told them that I signed up and went to Nashville when I'd been a coach for like 4 days.
Yeah.
It was
Laura did literally pull it like last minute on a whim and showed up. And do you regret it, Laura, or was it?
Oh my God, it was amazing. It was so awesome. So
Yes.
yeah.
And I can tell you that Lauren will probably stay the same after this one.
Yeah, Lauren. Woohoo.
A lot of us have made a lot of sacrifices to make it happen to get to events like that. And like I said, absolutely worth it. So just wanted to make sure I threw that out there. Miss Leslie is a friend of mine that I met in a mom group probably about 2 years ago. She is absolutely wild and crazy and hilarious and probably one of the most wise women that I know just in general in life. And not only that, but she's an absolutely incredible leader. She has been with Unique for 2 years now. She's in the top 1.1% of her company. She's in elite orange status, which I'm not exactly sure what that means in comparison to our business, but I know that you're the cream of the crop and the top of the top. So colors don't really mean much to us, but I asked Leslie to speak tonight because she did a webinar a little while ago that she sent me, and it was absolutely incredible, just about how self-worth and self-confidence and how things that you have from your past experiences may be holding you back. And it was just really, really, really powerful to see how all that plays into not just your success in your business, but in your life in general. So I really wanted her to come on and for you to hear from an entrepreneur that is outside of the coaching world about how, you know, these tips and these mindset tips and these things that we share across the board are key to success. So I'm super excited for you to share, Leslie, and you can take it away.
Awesome. Don't make me big, though. Am I going to have to be big? Okay. So hi, everybody. I'm Leslie, and Dana and I have been chatting a lot about me coming in, speaking to you guys, and I'm really glad that it worked out here. It's only 5:30 or 5:45 in Los Angeles time, so I sent my guy upstairs with his iPad. My husband's going to be home. I already prepped my meal. You all Beachbody gals would be so proud. I washed and diced my veggies. Everything's food prepped. So it's just not in little specialty tiny containers. But I want to talk to you guys about something that I did for another team in Unique. And a very, very special leader on our team had asked me to come and talk. And she said, I'd really like to hear some of what your ideas are on what holds people back. What do you think is it that keeps people from actually doing what they say they want to do? Because we have our conscious mind and we have our subconscious mind. And our conscious mind is really always kind of more open and ready to commit to something, say we're going to do something, but it's the subconscious mind that ends up actually putting us on that path or derailing us from the path. And a lot of people, which is why personal development is so popular with all direct sales companies, a lot of people really never go into that kind of subconscious, deep-rooted internal belief system, and they can tend to quit early. They can blame other people. They can blame their mentor, their coach. We call ourselves sponsors, and the people that we sponsor, they're presenters. So whatever the jargon is, they can, if you haven't done the work on the subconscious and what really actually drives you as a person, your core intent and your core inner beliefs, then it's very, very easy to make a commitment and quit, to try to coach a couple people and them not have success, and you determine that you are not going to have success. So I want to talk to you guys today about worthiness, because this is my personal belief. My background, a little bit of my background before I go on. I have my master's degree in marriage and family therapy. I'm a credentialed school counselor, and I'm also a credentialed teen academic life coach. So I draw from those, but I've also learned way more than I've ever learned in any school setting, just working these past couple years in the direct sales industry and learning just how powerful our minds are for good and how powerful they are for destruction. Okay, so today we're going to talk about that destructive voice. And that destructive voice, I think, comes to all of us, No matter if you are, I don't know what your top level is. Our top level is Black status. You're like a triple crown diamond. You're a tiara. I'm not sure what you guys call it, but even at that very tip top, though, anybody will tell you that those voices that they hear can be, they're paralyzing, right? So things like, I can't do this. What is everyone going to think of me? I can't be successful. I've tried 100 times. I've talked to everybody I know. That's one of my favorites. I've talked to everybody I know, and I'm like, really? I've talked to like 1% of people I know, and I know that's a fact. Everybody's going to laugh at me. Nobody believes in me. All of these things, they all come down to our belief in our self-worth. And I'm going to talk a little bit about 3 different things that I think affect us greatly. One is self-esteem, one is fear, and then the core component that I'm going to focus on is self-worth and worthiness. So that first one, self-esteem, that is when you're sitting there and you're thinking, this is hard. I can't do this. These are the I can'ts, right? I can't reach out. I can't make a video. I can't do this exercise because, I have a funny pain in my arm. I can't reorder my shakes because, whatever the reason. So these are your self-esteem cores. But the I can'ts are easily addressed and fixed with action steps, right? The I can't do this workout. You do it anyway, and you reinforce that self-esteem component, okay? So the I can'ts and the self-esteem part are things that people can work on actively. This is what we work on when we do our personal development. This is what we work on when people say, push yourself out of your comfort zone, contact 2 more people, just do a video. We're big on videos in my business, okay? But these are the I can'ts. And the I can'ts are things that you can work on with action steps, okay? The next component is fear. And these are the what will they says? What will they think? What will my mom say? What will my husband think? What will my best friend from high school that I haven't talked to for 15 years think, right? And who cares what your best friend from high school 15 years ago that you haven't talked to thinks? But this is the fear component. Now, the fear component, same as the self-esteem component, you can get through these with small victories. That's what I call them, small victories. So you have a small victory, and all of a sudden your self-esteem and your fear starts to dissipate. But how do we address the worthiness part? Because the worthiness part goes directly to the core of who we are, and the worthiness part is do I actually deserve this? And that's different than anything else that we deal with. It's different than I can't, and it's different than what are they going to say. The worthiness component goes straight back to, do I deserve this? Do I deserve to be highly paid at the top of my company? Do I deserve to be happy? Do I deserve to have a life that I dreamed of? And for a lot of us, the answer, unfortunately, is, I don't think so. And that goes all the way back to our childhoods and the belief systems that have been incorporated into us by whoever were our primary caregivers, friends, teachers, mentors. Hold on a second. No, we can't get that. It's my little guy. He wants to buy a game. I was right in the best part, buddy. Go lay down. Maybe after I'm done, okay?
Can I try to download it?
No. So how do we attack and address our self-worth piece? How do we get to this self-worth piece? And what I want to talk about is a couple things. First of all, I want to talk about our childhood influences. So I know for myself, I grew up within a divorced family. My dad was a doctor, and he left my mom and our family. He still lived in town, and he still provided financial assistance, but my mom was basically the primary caregiver. And she had such such strong opinions on money and women's roles and men's roles. And that is one of the things that goes straight towards my self-worth. So for her, it was really easy to say things like, oh, well, you know, your dad has all this money because he's a doctor and we don't have money for groceries. And it was never my dad's action or never his intention. It was always focused around the money, right? The intrinsic nature of money. So this is something that I think holds back so many people, and this is my opinion too, I'll dare say it holds back a lot of women, because I think we are constantly bombarded with this idea that, first of all, we need a man to be in a nice house and have a yard and have groceries and provide for us, right? And so this was kind of the fantasy that my mom provided for us time and time again. Well, if your dad hadn't left, we would have a nice house. You could go to the prom because we'd have money for a dress. But it all cycled back to money. And even though she never said to me, I think money is evil or I think money is bad, the message that I took in, and I think the message that a lot of people take in, is that it comes down to the money component. So we've all heard the term, money is the root of all evil, right? So my question, what I want to ask and what I want to make everybody kind of pause and think about is, money is an object, like a telephone or a book or a camera or camera. Where am I from? I don't even know. Whatever, I'm nervous. Okay, but money is, we have to stop personifying money, right? Money is not the root of all evil. Money is not ruining marriages. Money is not causing us distress and, all of this stuff. It's people that do, and people's actions that do. It's the people that have money that choose to do stuff inappropriately with them that cycles back and gives money the bad name. So my question is this: what comes to your mind? And like, you can close your eyes and you can put yourself in this situation. So you pull up outside a restaurant, right? And you see a fancy Mercedes pull up, and you see a gal get out, and she's got a beautiful Chanel suit on, and she's got her Prada handbag, right? And she gives the valet guy some money and her car keys, and she walks by. What do you think? You don't have to say it out loud. Bitch, exactly. No, seriously. You think bitch. You think rich bitch. You think, who'd she sleep with to get that car, right? Now, how is it that this is our gut reaction to a woman we don't know? We don't know her circumstance, right? But how is this our gut reaction to money? And why is this our gut reaction to money? Okay, or why can't I have that? Well, you can have it. It's your belief system about money that prevents you from having it. It is your core belief about whether money is good or money is evil that prevents you from having money. And your worthiness to have money, right? Now, I'm not talking about, being a Kardashian and like going like this with dollar bills, right? But I'm talking about being able to provide for your family, being able to not stress about bills, and being able to, buy things for yourself that you need, like nice things that you need, right? So these statements and these kind of belief systems have been passed down and passed down and passed down. And it's tricky, it's tricky. So what if we switched up the way we believe about money, and we see that same gal get out of that same car with that same nice suit and her same nice bag, and we say something like, wow, she must have worked really hard. We don't say that. We just don't. And it is super, super infuriating that we have established and put so much negativity onto something that is an inanimate object. Now, I know some of you are going to say, well, you know, the people that have all the money in the world, you know, they should, you know, do better with it or whatever. But that's not what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about intention. I'm not talking about people's actual actions with money, because I know there's a lot of like really messed up things and really messed up people that happen with money, but I'm talking about the actual physical money itself. So what if we switched our mindset and we said, I like money because money allows me to take care of my family, and money allows me to take care of my friends or my ailing mother, or it allows me to go travel and see things, you know, in the world that I've never seen. Here's another interesting thing that occurred to me today. And it made me laugh. I was driving in the car and I was thinking about what I'm going to talk about to Dana's team. And I thought, when did it become so cool to say, oh, I can't go. I'm so broke. I am so broke. And then all your girls go, oh, me too. I can't even pay rent this month. That's how broke I am. And then it's kind of like this like cliquey cool thing where everyone's like, hey, this is kind of honorable, right? They kind of sit in this honorable thing about being unable to provide for themselves. Flip side, have you ever come into a situation where somebody said, would you like to go out to dinner? And they go, I can totally handle that, because you know what? I'm rocking my business. I'm rocking my life. I'm worthy of all of the financial things that I'm getting and all of the personal development things I'm getting. And I'm worthy of all of this. And you know what? I have more than enough. I have more than enough. Wouldn't it be an amazing, beautiful world if everybody could say, I do, I have more than enough, because I believed I was worthy enough to have this. So looking at your association and your past history with money is critical to any success. And I'm not talking about direct sales or anything. It's critical to any success. You will hear 1,000 times from therapists all over the world that the number one reason people get divorced is because of money. Money. It's not because they don't love each other. It's not because somebody was being unfaithful. It's because of money and people's poor relationships with money and their poor ability to accept and receive money and do good with money. So I know, I'm like, money, 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 money. Dana, don't laugh at me. So let's see. So I'm going to segue now from the worthiness part about money, because I think that's really, really important. And I know you guys have all read this, right? And I texted Dana today because in April, we have to wait till April. Next April, she's coming out with a book called You Are a Badass and You're Worth Making Money, and How to Make Badass Money, or something like that. And it's all about what I've just been talking about. So I'm kind of mad that she stole my thunder, my idea, but I'll give it to her because she's cool. And I don't know if I can write a book, but it's all about our relationship with money and how it prevents us from having success. Okay. Now I'm going to move on to the next part of our success story. Okay. Because I truly believe not only that there's enough money out there for everybody, but there's enough opportunity out there for everybody, but we have to break it down. We have to break down what we know. So how sure are you guys watching this right now? How sure are you that you can actually be a Beachbody coach and be successful at it? 100%, 15%, 30%? Like, what's your percent? And you can just write it down. How sure are you? What percent of you believes that you can do this? And this is a different question from how committed are you, because we can be committed to a million different things and it doesn't make a lick of difference if we don't believe we can actually do it. Okay. So my number, when I was talking to my team about this, my number was about 70%. Daddy's home. Go get Dada.
Okay.
That's my little guy. So my number was about 70%. And when I broke that 70% down, this is the part that I believe in. And let me know if this is true for you guys too. That part of that 70% entails the fact that I love my company. I believe in their mission statement. I love the women I work with. I love the idea of being my own boss. I love working from home. I love the idea that I could have financial freedom. Okay. Do any of those things bring me money? None of them. None of them. But that's the 70% of me that believes I can do this. And I believe I can do this because of the idea that I've set up, the ideal of my company or you guys with the Beachbody. You believe in the products, you believe in the coaches, you believe in Dana, you believe in the mission statement, okay? You believe in all of that. But what's the part that's keeping you back? So you need to break down that 30% in my case. Maybe for you it's 50%, maybe it's 5%. You need to go back to that worthiness piece, and you need to find out if it's self-esteem, which we discussed already that you can take care of with action steps, right? By small victories and accomplishing something and building that self-esteem. And that's going to reduce that 30%. And you can also do it by looking at your fear factor, right? The what ifs, what are people going to say? What if my sister-in-law says this is dumb? What if all my coaches quit? What if I don't qualify for my next promotion? Okay, but those can be controlled with action and duplication, right? You do it again. You do it a third time, you do it a fourth time, and then it's just rote mechanics. It's a habit, right? So that what's left in that little 30%, I believe, is your worthiness piece. Am I worthy of standing up there on that stage at Summit? Am I worthy of finally feeling free? What is it going to feel like to me to have to give up that part of me that loves to say, yeah, I'm broke too? Because we love to say that. It feels honorable to us. We have a picture in our stereotypic mind of somebody that's working like a 9-to-5 job. They're working so hard, and they're working for a boss, and they're loyal, and they've worked there for 50 years. And when they retire, they have to move in with their ailing grandparent because they have nothing. Okay, there's some sort of like psychic feeling about that person that's like, but they were loyal, but they were honorable, but they worked hard. But that's kind of crap, right? Because did that man or that woman ever say to themselves, you know what? I'm worth more than this. I'm worth more than this. So what I want you guys to think about as I wrap up is, what keeps you from being successful? Because that big piece of the pie, you have so much on your side, right? You have so much going for you. Your company, your mission, your love of the products, your love of helping people. You have all of that. That's a no-brainer. That's not going anywhere. That's not going to change, right? Especially with you guys. Beachbody's been around for like 1 million years, right? So that's not going to change. The only thing that's keeping you from your actual success is the worthiness piece. And I believe that the worthiness piece breaks down to, do I think I'm worth it? And the money factor, I swear. Think about it. I am open to any questions. I hope this was helpful to you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I don't know if I missed anything. I know Dana's a big fan, and I'm a big fan of meditating and law of attraction. And so I would encourage you guys to work some of these worthiness things into your daily routine when you do that. Things like, I am worthy of success. Money comes easily to me. New teammates come willingly to me. Like all of these things that you can put out into the world. Break it down. Find out where your fears lie and where your worthiness issues lie, and work those in a positive way. And I know you guys will see a result.
Leslie, I love what you just said about what you were saying. Like teammates come easily to me, because one of the things that I say every single month is that the people who need my help are being placed in my path. All the time, the people who really desire change, the people who really need me in their life, like those people are being placed in my path. I would love if you would elaborate a little bit more on your thoughts on the law of attraction, because I know I've mentioned this before, and I actually did a video on it last year, but I think crazy, so
I love law of attraction. I think it is probably the number one piece for sponsoring and recruiting, or however you guys call it. We call it sponsoring. I don't know what you call it. But I think it's probably, one of the number one things that you can do. There's a lot of different ways to do it. I know with Beachbody, you all are super geniuses about sharing deep personal experiences that people can relate to and that make you relatable, and using the law of attraction in that manner really strengthens the trust aspect, because I know a lot of times when you're in direct sales or network marketing or whatever we want to call it, there's an immediate, whoa, what are you selling me? Oh, I have to what? But once you establish that trust, and I think that you guys all do that really well through the law of attraction posting, but then going deeper into kind of manifesting, if you guys get books about manifesting, like The Secret, or even, she talks about it in You Are a Badass, but really acting as if is how they talk about it. Acting as if something has already occurred raises your frequency that you're putting out there into the universe. And without getting I tried to talk to Scott about this, and he's like, whoa, juju lady. He's like, put your crystals away. And I was like, I won't, but that's my husband. When you are putting stuff out into the universe is going to mirror back what you put out. And most of what we put out is negative. Most of what we put out into the world comes back on us because it's negative. So it's like the self-fulfilling prophecy kind of, right? Where I say, I can't sponsor anybody. So I don't. Because that's what the universe is putting back to me. Just like saying I'm broke. If you say I'm broke enough, like my mom, for example, her relationship with money was always so negative. She has nothing. She has nothing. She'll never have any money until she changes her view of money. Like even to this day, she's like, oh, new car. She doesn't mean to be rude about it, but it's like, oh, you must have some money. You must have gotten some money. Her relationship with money is so bad that what she's putting out into the universe is attracting back to her. So when you practice this, you'll be floored. You will be absolutely floored when you put out things throughout the day that you want. People that want to lose weight, they say, it's so hard for me to lose weight. Once they start saying, it's easy for me to lose weight, weight comes off of me easily, thank you, universe, for allowing me a Beachbody program that lets me choose and be in charge of my life, they start dropping the weight. It happens. Here's an example. I manifested for 5 days in this, and I can send the link to you if any of these gals want it. I sent it to you the other day. It's this manifesting ritual. And I manifested becoming a Black status leader, which is the top of our company. And of course, I knew I wasn't going to wake up and have 1,000 people on my team, although that would have been nice. I would have been more of a believer. But I did this, and I did it over and over and over and over. And the next day, the leader, one of the top leaders in our whole company, contacted me, and she asked me to speak for her team. So I did a topic just like this for her team for 6,000 women. And I knew that was because of what I had put out into the universe. Now, what you put out into the universe doesn't always come back to you the exact way that you're anticipating. You're not going to say, thank you for the new car 100 times, and then a new car is going to show up outside your door, because it doesn't really work like that. But the intention of the positivity and the raising your vibration with the universe, and that law of attraction, like attracts like. Just like when people say, the 5 people that you surround yourself with are going to be people that are, you want to surround yourself with 5 people that are like you. Because if you surround yourself with people that are constantly crabbing, they're broke, they're tired, they're, whatever it is, that's going to be what you receive. So we want to move up into the universe. Does that explain it a little bit better?
Is anybody familiar with the law of attraction yet? I mean, some of you, I know Kelly is. I think Laura, you might be, but I don't know if that's far-fetched for some of you guys, but I know that was something that somebody told me to watch The Secret pretty early on when I was a coach. And, depending on your belief system, maybe you vibe with it, maybe you don't, but it is definitely something that Leslie and I both believe very strongly in and we talk about often. And it's crazy, like she says, when you put things out there, that those are the things that you start to attract more. And I can see that very truly when I'm more negative, when I'm saying more negative things, when I'm struggling with negative things, that more negative things show up in my life. I can speak to that being true this week. But I just want to thank you, Leslie, for taking time out of your night. I think this, at least I hope it was. I know it's super helpful for me. And I love just how you break down the percentage of why you don't think you can be successful versus why you're here, like why you love this, what you do it for, all the reasons that you show up every day and be a coach and the things you love about Beachbody and your hopes for this, but really kind of digging into deep that percentage that holds us back from our potential and holds us back from our true, success and the things that we really want to accomplish. And sometimes it's hard to realize that we may be the ones standing in our own way when we don't really try to redevelop those belief systems. So does anybody have questions for Leslie or anything that really stuck out to you that was helpful and impactful to you?
I loved it. Thanks, Leslie. I thought it was awesome. I agree with Dana. The percentage thing was really, really interesting for me to think about too. I have a random question that isn't like super related to what you were talking about, but I'm just curious. I know you were mentioning that you guys recommend a lot of personal growth, as do all direct sales companies, but are there any particular books other than You Are a Badass that you guys really talk about? Or, I don't know, I just think it's always interesting to get new opinions on that confidence.
Yeah, I think the same books go round and round, a lot of the same ones, but Girl Code, I love The Compound Effect, Darren Hardy, about compounding, Energy Bus I just read, but I think a lot of them are
just curious. I figured they would be, but I just always wonder if it's our world or like the whole realm.
Right, and all the Brené Brown books, Daring Greatly. I can't even get through Daring Greatly without like sobbing, so I know I need to read it because it makes me cry so hard.
I know you were reading Big Magic and
the
Desire Map too, right?
Yes.
The Desire Map, you guys, is our top recruiter of the week prize this week if you missed it. So
that's awesome. Another good one, if you guys know Big Al Schreider, the Color Personalities one. Yeah. You can read it in like 10 minutes and it'll break down how to talk to different people on your teams if you guys all have teams and are building teams. By color personalities, there's only 4 color personalities and it is so great. I've started incorporating that into our team and breaking people into small groups based on their color personality because everybody responds differently to something. That's why some people might watch what I just said and be like, what a Lord of but it's okay. It's okay if you thought that. It's not okay. But thank you guys. Thank you so much.
That was awesome. Thank you.
Funny you say the color code because at the first summit I went to, or maybe it was new leadership. I don't know. They prompted us to do the color code, and I know we've done that a couple times in the team, but I've never really taken it the step further to like break people into color groups. So I like that idea.
Get this book because it's the color code as it pertains to direct sales and network marketing. So it'll tell you how to identify if you're talking to somebody that's red and they're looking to join your team, what to say. Because the fact of the matter is not everybody is motivated to do to do their own business. A lot of people aren't motivated solely by the money, and we focus on that more often than we should. Say, oh, you can make this or you can make this. And a lot of times we focus on the impact. Oh, you can impact people, you can impact women, you can impact women. But if you don't know their love language, so to speak, if you don't know their color code, it's pretty obvious why people aren't coaching or sponsoring or bringing new people onto the team. So it's a good one.
Love that. So true. What inspires and motivates one person is very different than the next.
Yes.
Awesome. Does anybody else have questions or comments for Miss Leslie? Better take advantage while she's here. She's hard to catch.
You're too funny. Thank you, guys.
Alrighty, guys. Well, if nobody has questions, thank you so much, Leslie. You were as amazing as I knew you would be.
Bye. Thank you, gals. Have a great night.
Have a good night, guys.
Bye.